This is an age that in which the church must be more caring, more effective in reaching the lost for Christ. The church can't afford to be dead anymore. I don't know whether you know it or not, but this is all we got. Yeah. We got to be more on fire for the Lord. This is an age when the church must be the model for the world and not the world the model for the church. This is a time now when church, there used to be hit and miss service. But times are so critical now that we can't afford to miss it. You can't put the unrehearsed singer at the mic anymore. You can't put the unprayed, unprayerful, unstudied, unlearned preacher up on Sundays. You can't hit and miss, you got to hit. Look at your neighbor and say, you got to hit. Folk are dying, going to hell. You got to hit. People are serious about learning what thus says the Lord. You got to hit. All church must have miracles taking place. You can't keep coming in here sad every Sunday and walking out just like you came. You can't do that no more. It's all right to say, I came to Jesus as I was, weary, wounded, and sad. But you got to finish the song. I found in him a resting place. He made me glad. It's all right to come in here saying, I once was lost. But you got to finish the song. Now I'm found. Look at your neighbor and say, I once was blind. Hallelujah. Now I see. It's wonderful to be a part of a good church, a thriving church, a church that's excited and on fire and dedicated, consecrated, and winning soul. Isn't it wonderful to be a part of a church that's vigorous and flexible and energetic and hearty and dynamic and spirit-filled, full of life, passionate? The model church. And in this text, the model church, it sends us to the book of Acts. It tells us that the church was a model church. They did not make acts of faith, they really believed. They did not just say prayers, they really prayed. They did not hold conferences on psychosomatic medicine. They simply healed the sick. And so the Lord said unto him, I have heard your prayer. I have chosen this place. And if I shut up the heavens, and I'm talking to somebody this morning, and my heart is still bubbling because I heard them saying, open the floodgates of heaven and let it rain. But in the text, he says, I'm able to open up heaven. Look at your neighbor and say, he is able. But he says, if I shut it up and there be no rain, and if I demand the locusts to devour the land, and if I send pestilence among the people, look at your neighbor and say, there's still hope. Don't give up when the floodgate does not open. Don't throw in the towel when trouble is in your land. Don't commit suicide when there are problems with the people. Because you read the rest of the text, he says, if my people, that's all of us in this house, not talking about a pimp right now, but if my people who are called by my name